Alright, so before you get into the deck profile you're all here for, the contest winner is Niko Raviel. Link to the channel will be down below. Hope you guys enjoy the deck profile. Sorry for the phone video, but alright guys, I'm out, and congrats once again, Niko Raviel. Please PM me your information on Facebook or on YouTube. Just make sure that I can confirm that it is you. Alright, peace.
Alright, what's up YouTube? MKohl40's. We're going to be doing my Gadget deck profile that went from, what was it, 5.2 to 5.4. So yeah, it might not be the most spectacular thing, but looking over the stuff that has been winning in South America, amongst the stuff that was posted in the Gadget discussion, figured we would go ahead and profile this for you guys. So last two rounds were PK Fire and MKohl40's. MKohl40's player was infinitely better than me. Got out top decked several times. Full house resolved, killed my anti-spell, my emptiness. Took out my face down cards, along with my Call the Haunted. Ended up, I top decked Soul Charge to win the game. The last card that he had was Solemn Warning, so wasn't meant to win that game. Would have ended up 2-0ing him, but shit happens. Game 3, kind of just bricked. And then against PK Fire, I lost the dice roll, which doesn't necessarily help that matchup. Opponent had Terror Top, Takum Thumborg, Dante, and all of the shit the entire match. Outside of that, yeah, we'll get more into matchups in a little bit, but 5-4 is not spectacular, especially since I could have got an invite. But I think I finished like 96 out of like 300. So let's discuss this. 2 red, 2 yellow, 2 green. I wouldn't play 3. Still, even with 3 Pojo Desires, 3 is trash. There were not this is the entire tournament that I've played in a long time that I didn't draw 3 gadgets in my opening hand. There were 2 games out of 9 rounds all day that I drew 2 gadgets, and that wasn't a problem at all. And it's really surprising to say that, considering that I haven't bricked that or played that well in a very long time. So 6 of the original colors, the new homies, 3 silver, and 3 gold. People don't like to read cards, evidently. Whenever these things are destroyed by battle or by card effect, they special summon another gadget. And a lot of people didn't like to take time out of their day to question that. I had one guy, I think it was my round 2 opponent, Raigeki the gadget, and he was like, "Oh, what do you mean that has an effect?" I'm like, "I told you they special summon, but okay." So 3 gold, 3 silver really helps the archetype. I wouldn't play any less than these, and I definitely wouldn't play any more of the original colors. 2 tin goldfish. I had one hand that was actually just diarrhea. I did 10 goldfish into gold, into silver, into a gadget. This gives you an automatic double XYZ on turn 1, and your opponent just kind of stares at you and goes, "What the fuck just happened?" So, also 10 goldfish with Dueler for 2200. Whether or not it's off in Norden or whatnot is actually really good. These trash cards, I hate them. I hate that I played the Brilliant Fusion Engine. Cited it out games 2 and 3 every game. It was terrible. I mean, sure, game 1's it's phenomenal. It gives you an additional normal summon, sure. But when the rest of your deck also gives you additional normal summons, I mean, these are just 2 trash cards. Also, Trash Clown. This card is also terrible. I drew it once. Okay, sure, that was cute. Gave me an extra XYZ with it. But outside of that, this card's poop. Fuck it. Brilliant Fusion is terrible. 2 Maxis, very, very good card. When I resolved this, my opponents did not actually stand a chance. Because giving gadgets, and this time, I can say this, not a year ago, giving gadgets extra cards to produce more XYZs, actually really good. 3 Trash Fusion, once again, also a really terrible card. So glad when this gets Pojo Desires away so I don't have to see it. I don't know who actually can say that they win with this card, because this card isn't good. Unless you're playing Gofu. Raigeki, amazing blowout card. I actually won my game 1 against MKohl40's with this. He was at 6,000. Gadget, Raigeki for game. So, actually happened. Soul Charge. What am I supposed to say about this card? When you draw this card, you win games. You cry internally when it gets removed off of Desires. I don't know much else you can really say about this. Definitely wins you games, especially on turn 1, if you resolve it. Double Instant Fusion. Kind of won a third. Can't really complain about this card. This card is phenomenal. 2 definitely would be, or 3 would definitely be cute, just to see it more. So there's that. And then the best 3 spells in the entire game. Pot of Desires. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care if gadgets get removed. Getting that additional trap card on turn 1 to paralyze your opponent so that they cannot play the game is absurd. Just general setup. I had one game where I removed 4 gadgets from my deck, which of course they were 2 red and 2 yellow, but I still won. Also doing this to draw into a gadget is really good. The dream is to not remove any gadgets, or to remove only 1 when you desires. Also, resolving 2 desires in the game does not kill you. I don't care what people say. You know, with this deck being 41 cards, this is extremely volatile to make sure that you want to see this, you want it to resolve, you want to just win the game. So, it's $85 for a reason. Traps, win the game, also win the game, and also win the game. You play 5 good cards that win you the game as soon as you see them. Pretty much. I played against Clownblade fucking round 7. I don't know how that guy got to being X2, but his deck can summon. I think my opening board was Rafflesia, Strike and Warning, and he pretty much burned out all my fucking resources turn 1. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on here, but I guess guy. So, there was that. Also seeing this card against Metal Foes. So good. Traps. Bottomless Trap Hole for Rafflesia, Time Space Trap Hole for Rafflesia. You see, this is actually pretty good. I mean, yeah, you pay a lot of life burn, but it's not bad. 1 Quaking Mirror Force. I only own 1 of this card, evidently. I probably would have played more if I had it. I resolved this, well, I think I drew it all day once. It was against a Blue Eyes player, game 2. It was like the only game I won against Blue Eyes all day. I was just resolving Quaking on his monsters. So, probably would have played more if I had it. It's a very good card. 1 Compulse. In an ideal world, and this is me wishing that this card was better than it actually is. In an ideal world, outing an opponent's devastating floodgate to you is really good. This got bordered out quite a lot, though. Still a very, very good 1 for 1. Maybe be another Quaking, but I didn't have any problems with this once it resolved. I think I used this against Pendulums for most part to take out their problem XYZ, so I didn't have to deal with it. And the last 3 cards in the main deck, Triple Call Haunted. This on a gadget on the defense is stupid. Being able to resolve things. One of the problems I had against Metal Foes was I didn't see gadgets. And that's something that doesn't happen all that often. That's the main 41 cards. I took it to 41 because I wanted to play 3 of this card. I have no regrets. Extra deck. Let's talk about the extra deck. Problem number 1 is your XYZs are inherently worse than everybody else's in the game. I don't care what you say. You can have the best cards in the game, sure, but if your monsters aren't better than your opponent's monsters, you just kind of lose. That's one of the things I found all day when playing this extra deck was I just wish we had better rank 4s. Norton, instant fusion target, auto rank 4. Nothing else to say about it. This card's trash. I hate it. I don't want to play it anymore. Go away. 1 Rafflesia. So before going into Saturday, I wanted to play Floodgate Trap Hole. Still wanted to play Floodgate Trap Hole at the event. I ended up not playing Floodgate Trap Hole, played 3 Desires. This card is good. Actually, this card is the tits when it wants to be. However, you have to understand playing this card You're wasting one of your XYZs on a defense monster. This card is very good if you have strikes behind it because it gives you an additional removal. However, on the next turn when you have to move to kill your opponent, it doesn't really happen. So bear in mind when making this, you need additional defense to make it good. Double Dweller. So I play 2 of this because I can make 1 Dweller stupidly against my opponent, let him answer it, let him kill it, and then he's like, oh, you don't have any more Dwellers, and then on the next turn you make another Dweller, and he's like, well, fuck. Because they have to waste all the resources, especially the fact that you can make this thing 2200, and PK Fire can't deal with that. Double Dweller for removal. Dagust Emerald didn't make this all weekend. I know why I played it. I know why I wanted it to resolve. It didn't happen. I mean, sure, you get stuff in your graveyard, but when you're playing against metal foes and things like that, you need to resolve other monsters. This is very good for late game if it resolves, was the theory behind it. Castel, kind of wish I would have played 2. Being able to deal with the opponent's threat cards while having a 2000 body on the board was pretty good. Definitely would consider a second though. Diamond Dyer, whatever Castel does, he does it better than Diamond Dyer, I learned. I think I made this once to pop 1 back row of my opponents. I think it was the Metalfoes player actually, just so that I could make sure that I could clear his board with Raigeki and resolve some stuff. Double Gear Giga X, phenomenal card. Searching for Gadget, searching for Tin Goldfish to resolve more multiple summons. Stupid good. Dark Rebellion didn't make this card all weekend. This card says, if you need me, I'm here. Outside of that, I don't know what I'm supposed to say about it. Let's talk about the best card in the extra deck. Utopia, Utopia Prime, and Utopia the Lightning. These cards say, hey opponent, well, you're taking 2 multiple 5,000 attacks to the face. I want to play multiple Utopia Lightnings and multiple Utopias. Having played this weekend, you want to make this card a lot more often than you want to. Whether or not you want it to walk into a threat to make sure that the threat actually is resolved, because I would rather my opponent Lightning or Solemn Strike this than some of the other stuff that I had. Definitely a very powerful card. Fucking actually ridiculous. This won me several games against Pendulums, Lightsworn. Yeah, Lightsworn's a real deck evidently. Just multiple materials is really good. Ouroboros, last card in the extra deck. I brought this out against Mermails. Actually, it was a really strange matchup. Used his effect, got a soul charge on my opponent's hand. I was really happy, and then my opponent OTK'd me next turn. So, life happens. So, that is the extra deck. 15 cards. Like I said, there are very good cards in this game, but better Ring 4s, probably better choices. Second Castel, second Lightning, second Utopia would definitely be things I'd want to see. Side deck. This card is good. This card needs to be a 3. I boarded this in a lot. The only matchup that I actually drew this in was against Clownblade. Oh no, I take that back. I drew it against Blue Eyes. I stopped my opponent's alternative. It's kind of cute. Because your opponent, when playing Blue Eyes, however this works, your opponent can't Melody. Okay, but they have an alternative. They auto out this. So, I mean, he's a very good floodgate monster. 1900's pretty big. Very powerful standalone monster. 2 Ghost Ogi. Fuck you, Metalfoes. All I gotta say about that card. Flying Sea. Boarded this in once all weekend against PK Fire. Didn't draw it. Moving along. 2 Twin Twister. Typically boarded these in against Pendulums. Oh boy, Yu-Gi-Oh! Crack. This card is absurd, needs to be banned. I don't know why this card is still legal. Boarded this in against every Pendulum player I had. Every time you resolve this, you just kind of win the game, because your opponent can't play Pendulums. So, triple anti-spell, wouldn't main it. Definitely sided in every game. Pendulums can't be placed. I guess. Opponent not being allowed to play the game is very cute. 2 Drowning Mirror Force. I didn't have other Quakings. This card's cute when it resolves. I mean, you can't have a monster on the field, and typically by the time this resolves, had one really terrible pendulum player wasted his whole hand to make a vortex and a big monster. Negated something with the vortex, killed by monster attack directly. I flip this, he loses his board and he loses the game. I think it was the only time I resolved this. Torrential Tribute. When I was building the site, I wanted additional stuff to site out for the Seraphim engine. Boarded this in. I think I resolved this once against the Clown Blade player. Once again, that was a really weird match. Pendulum Hole. I want to play more of this card. This card's stupid. So that's the side. Let's talk about typically what we would side out. So, Call the Haunted typically got sided down to 2. Maybe Compulse every once in a while. Quaking. All of these other good cards that I play. Oh, look. Trash cards that you can side out. Oh, look. More trash cards. So, typically, depending on the matchup, these 6 things would go out. Against Metal Foes, look at that. That's 6 cards. Typically these would come out too if I really needed them to for stuff like Drownings, Torrential. Obviously these came in from Metal Foes as well. But with the engine being 6 cards, you had very easy access to side them out at pretty much all points in time. Depending on the matchup, you wanted to probably resolve more things. There was definitely not a time that I didn't not side out Triclown. Thunder King Ryo came in probably a lot of the time. I think against Blue Eyes. Blue Eyes, I brought in these. These were really good against Blue Eyes. Oh, I also brought that in against Blue Eyes. Same thing with these. Once again, Melody, no search. I don't care what anyone says. Being able to blow up an opponent's board when they're playing Blue Eyes so that they can't resolve stuff is pretty good. Especially on the alternative, and the normal of the Sage gives you a window to your nuke so your opponent can't kill you with the ridiculous Spirit Dragon. Also, that's against Spirit. It's pretty cute. So, outside of that, I honestly don't know what I would cut out of the main for these, because, I mean, they're cute game 1, but going into games 2 and 3, you want better floodgates. Maybe anti-spell in the main. I know a lot of players don't like anti-spell in the main, and I can see why. Because you don't really want to hurt yourself. I mean, you play what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spells. So there's definitely that, but yeah, these cards are just inherently terrible. I don't think double summon would have been a good alternative either. There wasn't much of a window to do things like that. More good traps would probably be a thing. So guys, hope you, well, what did I play? Light Sworn round 1, Pendulum was round 2, Blue Eyes was round 3. The Water was somewhere in 4 or 5 in another Pendulum Blue Eyes match. I don't fucking remember. Magispectre was round 6. Played my friend. He got 2-0 putty done. Clown Blade was round 7, which was really fucking weird to me. I don't know how that... It was like fucking Clowns, Star Seraph, Unizombie. Like, the guy just went to locals, picked out a bunch of cards, and was like, let's throw them in the deck. Metal Foes was round 8, and round 9 was PK Flyer. Definitely a really interesting tournament, having played against as much diversity as I did, but can't really complain. Also, the Metaphobe player that beat me, congratulations on going X2, buddy. You definitely didn't deserve the L's you got, especially with those top decking skills. So, alright guys, that's all I can really say for this. Leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think about the deck, and I'm out. Fuck this card. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please thumbs up this video to show your support, and please check out MKohl40 for Cardfight Vanguard, MKohl Games for miscellaneous trading card games, and No Limit Gaming for a brand new series of Yu-Gi-Oh videos.
Thanks for watching.